morning. Reverend Sophie, a very good morning to you.
Morning. I haven't done, I don't think I've done a Grati-Tuesday for a little while now. It
That's
seems
good.
like
It has
ages.
been a while because you did confessions the other week, and then, since then you've been trekking and mountaineering essentially. And
It's been a busy week.
It has. How well, as is tradition, you set off in a storm, much as St. David's would have loved.
Yes, we did set off in a storm. Well, it wasn't too bad, although by the time we got to the afternoon, so the pilgrimage started on Monday morning with all of the staff getting together to do like a team briefing. So I briefed the team on all of the wonderful children and pilgrims and any medications they needed and that sort of thing, just to brief them. And then by the time we actually received the pilgrims at about 1:30, the sky had cleared and it was beautiful, and it remained that way really until Friday.
Oh, amazing.
Or was it Thursday? There was a bit of a shower on Thursday, but apart from that, I think it was fine. So we had glorious sunshine. As you can see, my face is slightly tanned, just slightly.
Slightly
tanned.
You wore a hat, of course.
I did wear a hat of hair. I've got to wear my hat. That was one thing. I don't know why, but I always put hat on the list and then forget my own hat. The kids sometimes remember their hats, although even the kids didn't remember their hats, but they did all remember their sunscreen, so that was good.
Good. Yes, that's what we need again today, because it's going to be very, very hot.
It's going to be very hot today, so lots of sunscreen. We had a great day on the beach on the Thursday, so we went to White Sands on the Thursday.
Gorgeous.
And that was rather lovely. And my blood pressure went through the roof because I had previously asked parents if they were allowed to go swimming. So I got all of their disclaimers in and I let them all go swimming. And of course, I didn't go in the water, which was the mistake I made, I think, because I stood on the edge of the water. I sent other members of staff in and I stood on the edge of the water. So if anybody needed to come in, I could be there to be for. And that was the worst, because it meant that I was watching all of these children and heads popping up and disappearing under the water. And I'm like, oh my goodness, are they coming back up? They're coming back up. Oh, my blood pressure must have gone through the blooming roof. And I had members of staff coming up to me going, are you all right? I went, no, I'm all right. I've got 25 children in the sea and they're not mine and I don't want anything to happen to them.
Yeah.
But did they all come out?
They did all come out very safely.
Thank goodness for that.
With big smiles on their faces as well, having a wonderful time.
Yeah, they had a great time. It was a wonderful week, and I just feel very, very blessed by them really, because we put these events on for the children, of course, but I always feel like I come away feeling more blessed by them than that we were blessing them. Do you see what I mean? So it was a really good week, and I learned lots of things.
But on the Grati-Tuesday theme, actually, Lauren Anthony, the sun is shining and we're up and ready for a day at the beach. That's what she's grateful for today. And that's what you were just talking about. Sarah McCarthy, being alive, and Rebecca Singh, and we mentioned this earlier on the show, which was having lots of different things to do around the county. And she even enrolled her little one into the night school at Carew Castle.
Nice.
Which is amazing. There's so many different things taking place around the county. And of course, you've got something coming up a little bit later on, which we'll touch on a bit before you say goodbye. But is there a particular theme you've got for our Grati-Tuesday this morning, Reverend Sophie?
Well, I'm going to stick with my theme of young people, actually. So last week we used a verse from 1 Timothy, and it goes like this: let no one despise you for your youth, but set the believers an example in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. And it says, until I come again, devote yourself to the public reading of scripture, to exhortation, to teaching. Do not neglect the gifts you have, which was given you by prophecy when the council of elders laid their hands on you. Practice these things, immerse yourself in them, so that all may see your progress. Keep a close watch on yourself and on the teaching. Persist in this. for by so doing you'll save both yourselves and your hearers. And it goes on to say, do not rebuke older man, but encourage him as you would a father, younger men as brothers, older women as mothers, and younger women as sisters in all purity. So it's talking to a very particular age group. I mean, we don't know what the age group was of young people, but bearing in mind the apostles themselves were probably only about 15 or 16. If these were the same age or younger, these are young men and indeed women who are being asked to set an example for other believers, which I think is just wonderful, and I think something that we really need to hold on to. Last week we broke that down to in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith and purity, and we did different things around those themes last week. But one of those things, so on the second day we had Tim from Pembrokeshire Coastal Forum come and talk to us about how we can use our voices as young people, how our young people can use their voices to speak into the things that matter to us in Pembrokeshire, particularly around our marine and coastal life. And so, the week was spent sort of thinking about how we can use those different things as young people, how they can how they can really give a voice to our lives here in Pembrokeshire. And so I'm incredibly grateful for them, but I'm also incredibly grateful that the scriptures they give value to our young people. And I think there's something really important in that. Often we dismiss our young people and their voices. We don't listen to them. And I think it's really, really important. Of course, Plan Ed have done quite a lot of work around how our young people use their voice. It's part of the Future Generations Act that we help young people use their voice in and through all that we do. And of course, my friend Tom Moses was also doing quite a lot of work working with young people and how they can use their voices as well. And I just think young people always come up with such profound things that I would never have thought of. And that's really one of the reasons I love to work with young people, because they have so much going on in their heads. They're thinking about things on a regular basis, and to be able to give them a space where they can use that voice of theirs is wonderful. Bishop Dorian has asked the youth pilgrims to take part this year in the diocesan conference and to do a presentation on a topic of their choosing. And so they will be meeting before the conference this year to be able to gather their thoughts about how they might want to take that forward and how we might want to, again, use our voices, and particularly our young people's voices, in changing the shape of the church and how we move forward as a church together. So all sorts of things going on there. I'm grateful for young people generally, and also grateful that I'm in a position where I can help young people to use their voice and to speak into some of the big issues that we have today. So that's me today.
That's amazing. And you mentioned there about the youth always having these thoughts around their head and always thinking forward, and they've got more information at their age than we ever had growing up, unless you had your encyclopedias on your bookshelf. They've got so much more knowledge and awareness than we give them credit for, I think. And to give them that space to actually share and to have that microphone to talk and discuss about what they want in the future is quite remarkable. So thank you, Sophie.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Gina.
Talking about young people, talking about families, you have got something very, very special, which I'm getting very excited about, actually, because I've seen the poster, I've heard the advert here at Pure West Radio. Tell us about the 30th of August.
Well, on the 30th of August, we will be having the Freedom Festival in the Carmarthenshire County Showground. Now, we put it in the Carmarthenshire County Showground because the Diocese of St David's stretches from Aberystwyth down to Swansea and out to St David's. And of course, Pure West Radio itself covers a good chunk of that. So what we've done is trying to make it as central and easily located as possible. And of course, Carmarthenshire County Showground is a good place for that. But the day itself, I'm very excited about. So the idea behind the day was to create a space where children, young people and families could come and enjoy the day, whether they are of a faith background or not. It's a space where people can come and learn a bit more about Jesus if they want to, but equally they can just come and play on the fairground and have their faces painted and do all the things that you do at festivals. I'm praying and hoping that it will be an awesome day. We have lots of wonderful singers coming as headlining the stage. So we've got Sound of Wales coming, and they're going to be leading us in worship throughout the day. We also have Governor B, who's going to be our main headline act at the end of the day, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been listening to his music, getting myself into the groove. And he's I thought he was he's a 3-time MOBO award-winning artist. So I say this to people and they look at me and go, no idea what you're talking about. And that worries me. That's worrying. People don't know what we're talking about. So this is the MOBO Awards are Music of Black Origin awards, and he has won awards for gospel music. And so I'm really, really excited to be having him join us on that day. But it's just going to be a fun day. There's going to be loads of food. There's going to be loads of activities. Particularly, we've got Andrew Desborough, who is going to be doing something called Go-Kart Team Challenge, which is you've got to build your own go-kart and then you've got to drive your go-kart. So we trialed this at the pilgrimage. The kids absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. And there was those kids that were like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but they were in terms of putting it all together. But then they were the ones that were really good at saying, actually, you probably need to do this because you're gonna need more strength there or whatever. So it was really good to see the different aptitudes coming out of children and different things coming out of the children to see what they get up to. So I'm quite looking forward to that. I think we need to have maybe a children versus adults version of that game.
That's incredible.
Amazing.
There's also like a Scripture Union footy cage. I have no idea what that is about, but it involves football.
Yeah, football. I was going to say it's something to do with football.
There's going to be lots of football games. There's going to be a fairground. There's going to be loads of food. We're going to have glitter tattoos and face painting. We've got One Heart drummers coming, so they're coming to do workshops with people. We've also got someone coming to do graffiti with us, so they're going to bring great big huge wonderful boards for children to do graffiti on, and they're going to be teaching them how to do that properly and safely. There's all sorts of wonderful things going to be happening throughout the day.
And through all of this, it's free entry.
It is free, totally free entry. Yeah, I mean, obviously, welcome. Anybody want to give donations? I'm absolutely happy to take them. That's fine, because it's not going to... but it is free. It's completely free entry. And there will be food available. There will be music and worship happening on the main stage throughout the day. So we've got, in addition to Sound of Wales and Governor B, we've also got the FF dancers coming. We've got Choirs for Good coming. We've got Cantabile coming. We've got all sorts of wonderful organisations coming to sing for us. So I'm very excited about it. I'm really looking forward to the day.
And we've got details over on our website, purewestradio.com. You can find out more, and you can get your free ticket, which is wonderful. Reverend Sophie, thank you so much. We've had another Grati-Tuesday come in very quickly from Laura. Good morning. It's sister of Rob from Clearlight Communications, proud sponsors of Housewick show with Kylo, who just popped in to pick up a cable. Hello, Kylo, if you're listening. Grati-Tuesday is seeing the Tiger Cubs on Sunday, making my dad's dreams come true. And there's a video to follow. I can't wait. That's from Laura this morning. So cute. That's the kind of nose that Gina would like to zoom in and boop.
Oh, yes. I'm sure he'd like to boot me on the nose as well.
Reverend Sophie, thank you so much. And of course, I'm seeing you on Friday night in Llahaden, which I'm looking forward to.
And Thursday morning for confessions.
And Thursday morning for confessions, Alive and Kicking on Sunday morning. So there's lots of opportunities to catch up with the Alive and Kicking team. Reverend Sophie, thank you so much for joining us on this Grati-Tuesday. And well, we've got more gratitudes on the way, because Gina Macadamore joining us before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we're going to find out all about how their fundraising is going and also gearing up for them heading onto the sea. So full details from them very soon.
Yeah, we're going to look at some other events taking place around the county with Pembroke Coast National Park with your What's-Ons, and Delton's been in touch. Can you play Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, please? Reverend Sophie, do you concur?
I concur absolutely 110%. That is a belter of a tune.
There you go, Delton. It's on the way next. We'll be back with Merched Amor very shortly here on your breakfast show with Folly Farm. And G, just over 8 minutes for Unscramble.
Yeah, head over to our Facebook page, Pure West Radio, find Unscramble, get involved. And we'd love you to be getting involved with our Folly Farm competition. Get over there right now.
Thank you, Reverend Sophie.
Thank you, guys.